This is our first unit that we're going to be studying of chronological material, and it's going to be over the European colonization of North America. And we're going to be covering the dates from 1607, the date of the first successful colony at Jamestown, to 1763. Now, the first major idea that we're going to be looking at is that the movement of people and ideas affects us all. So we're going to be looking at who moved to the colonies and what new ideas did they bring. The major reasons why people came to the colonies can come into two categories: push factors and pull factors. A push factor is something that makes you leave one area for another. For example, the Pilgrims were forced out of their homeland because they were searching for religious freedom. Whereas a pull factor for a great deal of the colonists was gold. We're also going to be looking at the development of what becomes known as the 13 colonies and the 3 colonial regions, and what makes them unique, and how is it that the land is different from each other. We'll be studying the different regions in New England, which made up the colonies of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire. We'll look at the middle colonies, which included the colonies of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. And we'll be looking at the southern colonies that included Maryland, Virginia, North and South Carolina, and Georgia. Now, we'll look at how the colonies developed dependent on each other, meaning that they needed each other to survive, but we'll also be looking at the reasons that they would have had for wanting to stay independent of each other as well. After examining both the social and economic differences between the colonies, we're going to spend some time looking at the political differences as well, and some of the things they have in common, which is the idea of self-government. And we'll answer the question, how is it that the colonies made laws for themselves? We'll specifically look at the Mayflower Compact and the General Court of Massachusetts, the Virginia House of Burgesses, the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut, and the Maryland Toleration Act of 1649. Now that you've watched the first flip video, what I want you to do is to go onto Edmodo, find the colonization flip quiz, and answer the 4 questions that are there. After you've completed the quiz, make sure that you hit the Turn In quiz button, and you need to complete this by Thursday, September 19th.